All right, I'm going to do a new product review for you. The T5V from Adams. I just got these with the ribbon tweeters, which I've never used Adams anything. I've heard great things about them for years, and I've only used the Rocket 6s and the JBL 8-inch speakers in my main studio. So this will be something different for me. Let me show you my other speakers and show you what I'm coming from. So these are my Rocket 6s that I've had for a long time with the Ferrari gray special finish that I got. But then I wanted to get some 8s, so I got the JBLs that everybody knows about, and coming, you know, a 5-inch as well. But I went with the 8-inch for my main studio monitors. And I'm not a huge fan of like JBL PA speakers because they impart such color. But these JBL monitors were pretty damn good, and they don't impart color. And they have this extra wide waveguide that seems to be really good as well. I thought about it for a second, and what I think about the KRKs is they just make everything seem more hyped. They sound really great, and they do really push all the frequencies out at you, and it's very, I wouldn't say it's inaccurate, but you do need to know these speakers in order to mix on them. The JBLs are a little more forgiving that way, seem to be translating over the years much better than the KRKs did. I had to really kind of know the speaker better. So people say the Adams are easier than all of these, so we'll see how that is with the 5s, because, you know, I don't know how that will affect any mixes. I'll have to try that and see how it goes. All right, first impressions of the Adams coming out of the box. You know what? They're really cool looking. And the bezel and all that is really nice, and everything looks really sharp and pro. What I noticed most though is look at the depth of this box. You know, a small, maybe Yamaha or whatever has a lot less depth from what I remember than this box. So this is a much deeper box, a lot bigger than I thought. It's just going to make it a little bit of a challenge to use the stands that I have out there, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to use them. But we'll see. Pretty cool though. I'm really excited about that waveguide and that ribbon tweeter because I've heard so much about it. Now what I'm replacing actually is some really cheap M audios that I use. You know, some 5-inch M audios that I've been working with for a while, and they are just, you know, basic stuff, and this is a step up. So excited to try it. And you know, coming from probably my first professional speaker was a Tannoy that was 6.5 in size, and I love those boxes as well, but this is kind of cool. Welcome back to my final review on the Adams TV5 studio monitors. These studio monitors I bought for this podcast studio, fairly small woofer 5-inch, right, with the amazing ribbon tweeter. Now, if you are looking at Adams, then you know Adams has this amazing high frequency element, and that's probably why you're looking at them, right? Well, let me just tell you that high frequency element and ribbon tweeter is something that you got to hear. It's an amazingly clear, natural sounding high frequency tweeter. It just blows me away because it sounds like there's no speaker at all. That's what it sounds like. That's what's amazing about it. Now, the bottom speaker is pretty typical, and it has a good sounding box though, and it does have a lot of projection for the low end, so it's actually got plenty of low end. Now, if you're mixing for audio, like for a record, I would probably want the higher end versions of the Adams monitors, like the AX7. And I think though, just getting a taste for these TV5s and what these are like and what the sound of Adams is like, I definitely can see myself buying the AX7s for my mixing room. But in this room, which is only 8 by, you know, it's 8 foot deep, this kind of speaker is perfect because you don't want a lot of power and a lot of volume in here. You just want to be able to do what I'm doing, which is podcasting, and also podcast mixing, post audio mixing for video. That's what I'm doing in here. So I don't need as critical a speaker for as big a room, you know, as I would in my mixing room. So this is a great speaker, low cost, but with all the tonal quality of Adams. And I think once you get your feet wet with these, like this is obviously what they do. They get you hooked by getting you into the lower end, lower cost versions. And then the next thing you know, you're spending $1,000 a cabinet on the high end stuff. and they're worth it. They're worth it. So, but you can get into these low cost and fairly low cost, and you can get a taste for it. And I know you'll love it because this ribbon tweeter is just amazing, and I love listening on them. So, anyway, that's the TV5. I can't give them a better. I mean, I give them a 5 out of a 5. I mean, for what they are and what you're doing, if you're doing this. So, hope you enjoyed it. Leave me any comments. Subscribe. Rock on.